Coast Nation, Sanbonan Rafetu, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. I'm sure guys have been missed because, definitely being completely and Rafetu. But anyways, speaking in terms of, me not being available, obviously we saw probably, if you have seen or you haven't seen, don't worry, Rafetu, you're going to see it on today's video. So obviously I'm happy that Victor Hlungwani and also Ace Ncobo definitely do agree on something. Now, funny thing is, Victor Hlungwani even added that the Kaizer Chiefs was robbed a second penalty, which definitely should have been there, but unfortunately we did not get it, even though I hear people saying, hey, Kaizer Chiefs dead, Kaizer Chiefs winning, and Buffett, Kaizer Chiefs won and nothing is going to change. But now let's just look at Victor Hlungwani and what his analysis had to say in terms of the game.
Right, let's go to it. We see Dupree being impeded, or there was holding there for Dupree. We always say impeding must have an impact. So this is the impact we're talking about. We're going to show you the hand as it goes into the neck. And then when the head goes to the neck, you can see that's impeding there. He's blocking him. And Dupree is very quick. So now he's being impeded, prevented from getting into an advantageous position. So penalty should have been awarded here, which was not awarded. There's impeding here. Right, to add, the hand was used to impede with impact. Now, a yellow card should have come out for the use of the hand. So a penalty was not given, yellow card was not given, incorrect decision.
Very quickly, Tarek, is it because the hand was on the face? If that same hand was on the body or elsewhere, would it still been a penalty?
We look at the impact. That hand, as it tries to go, goes once and even goes like this. So when there's an additional movement, now there's impact. Okay. So that impact results in an offense being committed.
Okay.
Right. Let's go to the next one. We see a handball by Ismail Toure. Now, this handball is called deliberate handball because a hand was used towards the ball. Let's have a look. Serino crosses the ball. You can see that a hand was used to stop the ball. As it stops the ball, who is behind there? Lilebo is behind who can receive the ball. So when he is behind to receive the ball, there's what we call breaking or stopping a promising attack. So therefore, penalty given correctly so. But then what about the yellow card for stopping or interfering with a promising attack? So yellow card should have come out for Ismail Toure for stopping a promising attack using deliberate handball. Yes. So yellow card was not given, penalty was given, correct decision for the penalty. But let's now move to the next one where we'll show you why we say that yellow card should have come out. Right. If we go to the next one, we'll see a Chisampama. Chisampama by Ismail Toure on Serino. Serino is temperamental. I always speak to Trompo during my refereeing days to say, Kulumanai. Now, Serino there, I must comment because Serino will have retaliated. But now, the Mpama on the face, it's violent conduct. Violent conduct means the player using excessive force or brutality, and therefore the player must be sent off for violence. That was full contact on the face. That was a clap. Now, if he was not sent off, if he had received a yellow card for deliberate handball, it will have been a second yellow card, and then he goes. So Toure was not supposed to have continued with the game from these 39 minutes.
So that on its own deserved a red card?
On its own deserved a red card. If the referee misses a red, he will have given a yellow fine. Then that yellow that he missed will have become a second yellow, then he goes. Right, let's go to the last one. The match talked about one where George impeded the goalkeeper. We always see referees going to the players when they surround the goalkeeper. No, don't impede the goalkeeper inside the goal area because he's using hands. So here, if you challenge the goalkeeper and then an infringement has occurred, you see an assistant referee correctly positioned and the referee, but you see George not playing the ball, he plays the goalkeeper. When you challenge the goalkeeper inside the goal area, now flag comes out to say, I have seen an infringement from given, and then now you can see the infringement for yourself at home. Goalkeeper, but you protect the goalkeeper. So let's protect the manje bayakhuluma lana ukuthi no ubone yini ugiven athi ngibone ifoul ureferee athi ngibona ifoul ureferee wanika igoal. Now what happens after here is that the review committee will sit and determine the correct decision. But here in Soccer Zone, we can tell you now that the correct decision came from the assistant referee for a foul. So this was not supposed to have been given as a goal. It should have been given as a foul. The other one, we need to add, some say offside, offside, because you cannot be offside from a corner kick. Number two, offside, the ball must come from your teammate. The ball came from the corner to the goalkeeper, to Basadin, to Modi. So where is the offside? Offside. And then if you go to it's allowed to can talk. But if we are in TV, if you are in Labu Soccer Zone, le being
And then now, Bafethu, that was Victor Hlungwani. Now let's just quickly jump to Ncobo. I hope you have some tea or something, where you can drink, because it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one, but definitely I'm happy with the explanations and everything. Even though they say, that touch from Matlo, it is a foul, but for me, I'm still not convinced to it was something that disturbed or Sage Stevens. But anyways, let's just take a look at this.
Yeah, no, look, let's go straight to that, because again, in several stages of the match, the referee shows why he's one of the best. There are several times when he loses it because of his position, and we'll look at those things. In instances like this, where he immediately points to the penalty mark, but that's a deliberate handball. We've got to ask ourselves the question, why is it that he has seen the handball, he has awarded the penalty, but does not punish the fact that it's a deliberate handball with a caution?
Mari penalty, it's a punishment. It's a punishment. It's a penalty.
Not when
handballs, penalty.
Not when it comes to deliberate handball. When it comes to deliberate handball, remember, if he had adjudged it to have been denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity, which it was not, he would have awarded both the penalty and the red card, because for holding, you don't downgrade.
Here we go. There's the arm going up from Toure.
Just in the build-up there, unfortunately from a set piece, you often get players caught out of position, and Godswill, who's a right back, ends up in the left back position. He tries to clear it with his weaker foot, and then you see Molosani giving him absolute hell for such a poor clearance. So, yeah.
So there you go, and it's Miguel who steps up. Chiefs in the lead.
Yeah, but I think let's also give him credit, Miguel. I think goal number 4 in all competition, the composure, waits for the keeper to commit a well-taken penalty leading from the front. There might have been many Kaizer Chiefs players that could have taken that. But for me, it's these leadership qualities in front of a full house to say, I'm the one that will lead in this moment, and he leads by example.
This is a game that if I was a referee, I would never want to be involved in, because the goal there, penalty. Then we're going to see the equalizer. De Jong scores, and there's going to be questions as well. And you needed eyes in the back of your head to see what was going on. Fantastic header. De Jong scores. Matthew.
Also controversial, but a great set piece nevertheless. But really poor defending from Chiefs, allowing De Jong to get a free header. Nobody challenging him at that stage of the game. 1-0 up in a cup, But the eagle-eyed supporters would have noticed Toure shoving one of the Chiefs players there. So, having seen the replay from this angle, there is definitely a push there.
And let's talk about what Lawton says, that a goal is scored when the whole circumference of the ball passes over the goal line, in between the two uprights, under the crossbar, provided that a teammate of the player who scores the goal has not committed an offense before that goal is scored. Now, we all saw that an offense was committed before the goal is scored.
This push,
no.
But the ball's already going in. The header has happened.
It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is,
take a look at Toure.
The push takes place at this moment. Where is the ball? It's still coming.
Yes.
That offense took place even before the ball reached the head of the player that subsequently scores.
No,
that's not the point. The point of the law is no player of the attacking team must have committed an offense prior to the ball going into goal. And that's what the law says. It's not me. I'm only here to interpret it.
I think Brae's, that's the other side of the goal. But for me, is that near post run that Dion makes. It's very difficult for Miguel to be able to track that run because it just takes 2 or 3 steps to elevate himself to the highest point. Miguel is jumping behind him, but because he has taken those 2 steps, Dion, to gain that advantage, then miss the ball at the highest point, it's difficult for Miguel to be able to defend. Yes, the push happens before the ball gets to the head of Dion, but a well-taken header by Dion.
So
to
clarify, you're saying that should not have been a goal, Ace?
No.
That equalizer should not have been a goal?
No, it should not have been a goal. You can't award a goal when an infringement has been committed by a teammate of the player who scores the goal.
Any defense for Torre there?
No, it was a foul. It was a foul. But all the eyes were, you see, at the near post.
Yeah.
And Chiefs, back to the defending, Chiefs, to counter that, reaching the ball at the highest point, you have to have somebody in front of him and somebody directly behind him to not allow him to get that running jump to the highest point, Very poor defending.
I can tell you now, Thomas, if the referee was not caught watching the landing point of the ball, because remember the ball was coming from a long way off, so he was watching the landing point, and his peripheral vision failed him to see. Had he seen that push, he would have blown long before that ball reached the header.
There's assistance to the ref who's on the line, the assistant ref. How could he have missed?
Also, I wouldn't blame him because at that moment, it's quite tricky to watch for the offside because you've got to see on whose head the ball lands on, where are the strikers at that moment. So the assistant referee is focusing on the offside, the referee is focusing on the landing zone. None of them would have been able to pick up. But if any of the two had picked up the push, that goal would not have been given.
Speaking of picking up on the push, Ace, it's like you knew. Because now let's go to the goal that's awarded in the 95th minute. Kaizer Chiefs take the lead here. There are so many interpretations, so many thoughts on what took place on Morty's finish here. Corner kick has taken, Ace. Now it just needs you to take us through it.
A push on the goalkeeper takes place before he fists that ball. A push.
Matlo.
Yes, a push. A push is a foul. And a goalkeeper, because he plays with his hands, as we go to that clip, because he plays with his hands, he receives additional protection because otherwise he could be injured. Now, the assistant referee lifts his flag up first before the referee has given any indication as to what his decision is. I want us to be methodical in looking at this. And then the referee points at the center mark.
Goal.
Gives the goal. Okay? That's before he has looked across at the assistant referee. As he tries now to search for his assistant referee, who would have ordinarily been running towards the center line, he finds him standing still at the corner. Now, you tell me how a goalkeeper is expected to play when, as he jumps up in the air, there is a striker that goes into him with an elbow. He pushes him.
Yeah.
And then I've heard people that it's a slight push. No. A foul is a foul. It impacts the ability of the goalkeeper to attack that ball. And the foul takes place before...
They had a long conversation. We've shortened it. But the assistant, the referee, the fourth official, you walkie-talkie, lots. And eventually they say the goal stands.
Well, remember that, one, when the referee pointed to the center mark, he had not yet seen the flag of the assistant referee, right? So he gave the goal.
Yeah.
So the first decision that was given there is by the referee. And remember, when the assistant referee, anyway, as an assistant, lifts up his flag, he is making a recommendation to the referee. He is not the final decider of what the decision will be. He's making a recommendation to the referee. So the referee would have walked across, asked him. If the referee was not convinced by the explanation of the assistant referee, the referee would then go with his own decision, which is exactly what happened there.
Are you showing me the push here? Is that what I'm seeing? That the goalkeeper is no longer really balance that ball will come out
He
of his
would
hands.
have surely been thrown out of balance by the elbow that went into his torso.
And then it goes off.
How severe it was, I wouldn't know. I'm not a Sangoma. But all I know is that if you go into a goalkeeper's body using your elbow, that's a foul. It's as simple as that.
And then there was questions about whether Modi was offside. Now that's the last thing that we need to discuss here on this one.
You see, that's a matter of law, and I'm happy that you're picking on that, Thomas. Remember, with offside, you look at the last time that the ball was touched by a teammate of the player that is standing in an offside position. Now, the last time a player wearing a gold jersey touched
There
that
we go.
ball,
Side angle.
it was the player who was kicking the corner kick. The ball was touched by two other players before it got to the
Sage
striker.
Stevens onto
And
Basadi.
both of them are players of the defending team. So the last time the ball was touched by a teammate was at the moment the corner kick was taken. Is there an offside from a corner kick?
No.
You can't be offside from a corner kick.
Thank you.
And I think Brace explains it very clearly for any youngster watching at home. You can't be offside from a corner kick. And the last time a Kaizer Chiefs player touched the ball was when the corner was played in. So therefore, in terms of offside, I was comfortable. The only one I wanted was that nudge. And it was well explained, Brace.
It's clear there that the goal should not have stood. It should have been a 1-1 situation. It is given. That's what leads to the third goal, doesn't it? Because now Stellies are desperate. They're 2-1 down. It's the last minute of the game, 100 minutes in.
And like William Shongwe, I don't agree with goalkeepers going up here. Why isn't it Jabbar that goes into that? Surely Jabbar will have more of a chance of getting a head or a shot away than Sage Stevens. Why doesn't Sage Stevens stay on the halfway line?
Sage Stevens has watched the Oscar Reen goal and said, I can also score as a goalkeeper.
Let me add. Are we begging guys? Oscar Reen is his teammate on the bench.
Said, I did it. I did it. You can also did it.
You stand like this, and then that's how you'll connect.
But here, the header comes out, and at that moment already, Sage Stevens thinks here that Jabbar's going to clear it. And then he's like, Jabbar doesn't clear. Now I have to sprint, but so late. Villegas is on his way, and the young man is absolutely clinical. 3-1 is how it finishes. But the only reason the keeper's that side is because it is 2-1, and they're desperately trying to get an equalizer. You hear coaches saying it all the time. If I'm already losing 2-1, I might as well lose 3-1.
Well, there you have it, Buffet 2. I believe they've said most of the things that I wanted you to listen to. Well, yeah, I don't know, but I believe Kaizer Chiefs won fair and square on that Nedbank Cup game, even though, yeah, but 2-1, but Kumbule Toro was supposed to be sent off Dala, but he was not sent off, so he survived. Nati, we survived, and then they scored an illegal goal. Nati, we also scored an illegal goal. So definitely, if we go back and then we redo the things, then definitely it should have been 1-0 or even 2-0, if I'm not mistaken, because we scored the last goal, which was not supposed to happen, but they decided, as in the keeper, we need you out there, we need to add the numbers. Maybe someone from all of you will get a goal, an equalizing goal, so that we can go to our penalties. But unfortunately, no, not penalties, extra time, and then maybe later on penalties. But unfortunately, things did not go according to their way, which it is what it is, Buffet too. It's a game of emotions. But anyways, I hope to see what is going to happen on the semi-finals. Well, the draw is out, and then we know we are either going to face Kukune or Mamelodi Sundowns. Just the date have not been confirmed, but I do know that Sundowns still needs to play with this Kukune, or they have already played. I'm not too sure. But anyways, Buffet, I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will try to see you later on with something new, possibly. I hope so. I don't know. Peace.